Hi, my name is John Kinney, and I'm the pastor of the Quest Church in Augusta, Georgia. We are a church whose desire is to help people experience God, experience relationships, and experience change. We do that in several ways: worship experiences, community groups, things like that. But one of the main ways that we do it is through a mission to Central America and the country of Belize. We've been partnered with a church there named Evangelical Quest Church for the past several years, taking as many as 3 trips per year there. Our first trip was in November of 2010 with 32 people going.
Heather and I feel really blessed to be involved with Quest Belize Missions, and it's kind of a unique story about how we got here. We first came to Quest about 5 years ago, and we had just gotten home from living in Belize for about 6 months while we adopted our daughter, Sophia. And when we came to Quest, John and some other leaders heard our story and we're just really kind of blown away and said, hey, would you mind, introducing us to some of your friends in Belize? We've been thinking about starting an international mission program. And it really just began from that simple meeting one afternoon, and the rest is sort of history.
Some of the challenges that we faced in beginning these mission trips was to be true to Quest's vision. They wanted to make long-term relationships with a country, with a specific group of people for a 10 to 15 year period of time. There was no template. We started this and kind of took it bite by bite, and sometimes it was overwhelming, but God revealed what we needed to know at those times, and we grew and learned from our mistakes. We developed a lot of procedures with regards to packing and taking 20 to 40 adults overseas and getting passports and airlines, flights, and all that good stuff taken care of. We also learned a lot about cultural sensitivity and how to train our missionaries to speak to our friends and how to best convey Jesus' love to them. Some of the financial challenges that we have come against as we've started this is that each individual missionary needs to raise their own funds for their trip, but remarkably people do. And then in addition to that, the church also has a mission project that each trip is encompassed around. Sometimes we've built houses for widows. Other times a need arises where wells had dried up and they needed a well. Kids were walking miles and spending their whole day just to go get clean water. We saw a need and the church met it and raised money for it. Many times we have bed ministries where we go and we make beds for people and we take them door to door, blankets. The kids in Belize do not have public school paid for. We've found that there's a need. Once you meet one of these kids and you find out that their parents don't have the money that's necessary for them to go to school and they're missing out on an education, and when you know that you can meet that need with $50 or $100, different amounts come up, and it's been amazing that every time something's revealed to us, another challenge that the church there faces or the people there face, because of the relationship that we have with these people, we know them intimately, and so the burden is very immediate, and so it's been amazing to see the church respond to that.
In life, every choice we make matters, even if we don't realize it or don't see the effects of it on ourselves or on others. When we first began this journey, we didn't know the people we were going to meet or the needs they were going to have or even the impact our actions would have on their lives. Mrs. Rash was one of the first people we came across in the very beginning of our journey in Belize.
She was a member of our sister church, EQC, and she was living in a really small, as you can see behind me, a really small house. The extent to which she lived in was not much more than about 8 by 10. And Quest's first construction project was to add on this far side that you see here. And since then, I think the families continue to add on to that side, to the right side. But Mrs. Rash has really been a blessing to Quest Church and to EQC. And she also donated the small portion of land for the well that you just got to experience.
The relationship that we built and developed with Mrs. Rash was only just the beginning. As a direct result of this relationship, many other lives were changed for the better in her community. Take the Canty family, for example.
We're here at another site in Mayamopan, and we're at the Canty family home and the Pop family house. And Quest a couple of years ago came in and helped to, they were having some leaking problems with the roof and the thatch you see behind me. And so Quest came in and helped to build a couple of more houses for the family. They have a very large family here. And so we temporarily got them out of the thatch and into some more permanent dwellings. I'm here with Christina Canty, and we're here in Mayamopan Village, where the Evangelical Quest Church out of Camalote and our church, Quest, we helped to dig a new well here after a well had run dry. And so I was here with Christina, and I wanted just to simply ask her to explain to everyone at home how important this well is, and kind of, Christina, you can just kind of tell us how many people use it and how often.
Yes, well, we need an next pump because we see that a lot of people was drinking because the water where we are using is a lot of us. When we line up there, we have to wait till when the first person reach. We have to wait till when that person finish. And sometimes it's a lot of us, like 30 or 40 people was standing there and waiting and waiting. And when we personally, we need water, we cannot get because, it's a lot of people. So when we need the water for wash, because we wash at home, so we really need that water. Sometimes we have to wait. I did not wash for the whole day. Sometimes in the evening I go wash, because doing that, a lot of people was carrying water. So that's why I see now that we very need this water, because it's a lot of us where was trying to use that pond. Correct.
And so you said the well is being used really early in the morning and then really late at night, right?
Whole day, because you just can't rest. You're going out and you could see it. Evening come like around 2:30 or 3 o'clock, it's then line up there. Wow. And you cannot get water.
We want to thank you for all that you have already done to help us fulfill our mission as a church and to help those in need.
I originally went on this mission trip to go change their lives, but they actually changed mine, so thank you.
Thank you. Say thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
And we also want to say thank you for your future support of this incredible partnership and mission. Truly, we want to thank you for all that you're doing as we partner with the church in Belize.